This is a DMVPN lab. In this GNS3 topology, you need to configure both DMVPNs as well as BGP. This is a GNS3 topology that consists of multiple sites, and you'll need to configure two versions of dynamic multi-point VPNs. You'll firstly configure a full mesh DMVPN using GRE without encryption, and once you've got that working, you need to enable IPsec encryption for your DMVPN tunnels. In this GNS3 topology, customer site 1 is going to be configured as the hub site. So customer router 1 will be the hub, and then we'll have multiple spoke sites: customer site 2, customer site 3, and customer site 4. Your first task is to configure BGP in the ISP networks. I've configured IP addresses in this topology, but you need to configure BGP on ISP router 1, 2, and 3 in BGP Autonomous System 65000. You also need to configure ISP router 4 and router 5 in Autonomous System 65001. So you'll need to configure the relevant protocols in the ISP networks to enable IP connectivity between the customer sites so that the DMVPN tunnels can be established. The customer routers are not running BGP. They need to be configured with a static default route to the ISP routers. So only run BGP on the ISP networks and then create a static default route on the customer routers. You also need to configure DHCP pools on the customer routers to allocate IP addresses to the Ubuntu clients in the relevant subnets. As an example, customer router 4 is going to be configured with this IP address on gigabit 00. So you need to configure a DHCP pool on the customer router to allocate IP addresses to the Ubuntu client. Imagine that you have multiple DHCP clients connected to this router. So you need to configure the DHCP pool to allocate IP addresses in this subnet. You need to do something similar for customer site 3, customer site 2, and customer site 1. Please note that a DNS server is configured on ISP2 with this IP address, so ensure that the right DNS information is sent to the PCs, because you're going to need to verify that the Ubuntu PCs can ping cisco.com, which is this Docker container in the GNS3 network. Initially, configure a DMVPN network without encryption. This will allow you to ensure that your DMVPN tunnels are working properly. So set up a full mesh DMVPN with customer router 1 being the hub of the DMVPN. Again, customer router 2, 3, and 4 will be spoke sites in the DMVPN. You'll need to enable NAT on the customer routers so that the Ubuntu hosts can access cisco.com. The customer sites are using RFC 1918 addresses, but the simulated internet in this GNS3 topology is using public IP addresses. The ISP routers in this topology should not learn about network 10. So as an example, on ISP router 2, once you've got your BGP configured, these routers should only learn about network 8 and the loopbacks of the ISP routers. They should not learn about network 10, so you'll need to enable NAT on your customer routers so that the Ubuntu clients can access the internet. Once you've configured your DMVPNs and NAT, verify that the Ubuntu PCs can ping cisco.com and that they can ping each other using their RFC 1918 addresses. because you're tunneling traffic from one customer site to another customer site, these devices should be able to ping each other with the IP addresses allocated by the DHCP servers running on the customer routers. So they should be able to ping each other using RFC 1918 addresses through the DMVPN. Once you've verified that, enable IPsec encryption on your DMVPN tunnels, and then do your verification again. Make sure that Ubuntu PCs can ping each other, make sure that they can ping cisco.com, and verify that packets are being encrypted across the internet. In this topology, I'm using Cisco Viral iOS images and GNS3 Ubuntu Docker containers. This is the version of Cisco Viral iOS V that I'm using in this topology. You can download Cisco iOS V images from viral.cisco.com. Please note that if you don't have download rights on cisco.com, you'll need to pay for a Viral license. So can you complete this lab? Download the attached GNS3 portable project, import it by going to File, Import Portable Project, and see if you can complete the lab yourself. Otherwise, watch the next video where I complete the lab.